I just watched something that I still can't believe is real. It's just so painfully pathetic. Last night on stream, there was one guy in chat for like the 2.5 hours I was playing wacky games saying, "You've got to check out Ned Fulmer's stand up." And for some reason, it didn't process what that meant up here. I thought he had made a video called Stand Up where he was doing some kind of like, I don't know, artsy think piece or something reflecting on his infidelity and how cheating affected him. Because all he does now is make videos about how he cheated on his wife and the effect that it's had on him, and like almost going on this like self-pity tour about him being the victim. He even did the podcast where he talked about him cheating directly to her. Just brutal, awful garbage. So I looked it up this morning because it got me curious. No, the stand up refers to him doing stand up comedy. And you'll never guess what his material consists of.
Yeah, if you don't know me, don't Google me. I am Ned Fulmer. Oh, that was so uncomfortable. And yeah, I used to be famous at BuzzFeed for trying new things. Then I cheated on my wife. Turns out that was the one thing I should not have tried that was new.
I swear to God, Ned is like SpongeBob with the ripped pants. He just keeps bringing up one thing, the cheating, and he's making it his whole brand now. He completely torpedoed his whole career because of him cheating, and instead of just moving on and doing something else, he desperately clings to like internet shit and has made him being a cheater his whole thing. So now he does like a humiliation ritual, terrorizing open mic nights here with this fucking trash. It is, it's incomprehensible to a sane mind. So this video is about him, like, leading up to the stand-up, getting coached on how to do stand-up, and every step of the way he tries to find every excuse to mention him being a cheater. It's not even comedic, it just makes people already rightfully dislike you. Like, they're not even laughing at you, they're not even laughing with you, they're not even laughing, you're just telling them that you're a piece of shit. Like, so the response, he does the exact same routine twice, and the response is always the same. Ha 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 ha. It makes no sense. He talks about cheating like those washed up, peaked in high school losers talk about the time they were football quarterback for a single spring season. And ball knowers will recognize that he's literally verbatim repeating something he said on that infamously trash podcast where he was just talking about why he cheated to the woman he cheated on. And he even said this exact thing, line for line, bar for bar, beat for beat, of, "Oh yeah, don't Google me. Ha 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 ha." It's so weird. And I think the reason he's doing this is because he wants to just get like views off the absurdity of it. He knows no one's like in his corner on his side. So he's hoping by playing into it and reminding everyone of it, they'll tune in for the train wreck. And it's not even working. This has 63 likes. I think it had like 10,000 views or something. But I've seen like a lot of people made videos around it. Like when I typed in Ned Fulmer stand up, his was like the last one on the first page. So people are like pointing at him and throwing tomatoes, but they're never actually trickling back down to his channel because no one wants to see this shit, man. It's so fucking peculiar.
Made me check a lot of the privilege from past experiences being an influencer and stuff. But I've been practicing self-care lately. Things like crying on the toilet and doom scrolling Tinder. I got very discombobulated in the middle of my set. I got off track, I kind of forgot things. What else? You could say I'm in the middle of a rebrand. I'm embracing my jaded dad bod, Ben Affleck back tattoo aesthetic. I'm less daddy and I'm more every other weekend father. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. I have a great relationship with my kids.
Bro, this guy's charisma is like my Trump phone. It just doesn't exist. It's actually impressive how devoid of life his speaking is. And that awkward shtick can definitely work for a lot of talented comics. He is neither talented nor a comic. I don't really get what even made him think about doing stand-up in the first place beyond just giving people more ammunition to clown on him. It really might be a fetish for him at this point. I think that's definitely not off the table. These aren't even really jokes. He's not even telling jokes. He's just letting people know that he's a loser. But it's not even in like a comedic way where you'd like uncomfortably laugh at it. You just are sitting here watching a really weird specimen confess to being a piece of shit. And that's really it.
This experience has aged me. You know, I'm like the, yeah, true. I'm like the Obama before the presidency versus after meme, except instead of killing Osama bin Laden, I killed my brand sponsorship opportunities. Yeah. Right now, the only brands that'll sponsor me are Boner Pills and BetterHelp. And pretty solid, yeah. No, actually, BetterHelp rejected me too. My Boner Pills and BetterHelp line, someone heckled, like, hey, those are actually pretty good sponsors. I was like, oh, this is a different crowd.
That's the only actual laugh that he gets throughout the set there when he says the experience aged him. And it's because it's so bad that the people there who are also comics couldn't believe that he even bothered saying that shit. It was so low that they laughed at him for it. And then he goes into like one of his lines about the boner pills and BetterHelp. And then the laughter is gone. Also, one thing that he loves about his set is to assume everyone is just online all the time, so we'll understand like BetterHelp and why that'd be like a joke here because of their reputation. And like he even opens his set about being social media famous. Like he's trying to cater to a specific crowd that is not going to open mic nights in the first place.
I'm just trying to rebuild my life with integrity, one day at a time. And I'm grateful to be here. I'm thankful to you all for having me. And I'm so thankful to Boner Pills and BetterHelp for sponsoring today's set. Thank you so much. Made some friends.
Whoa. A lot of sad dudes get into stand-up after they get a divorce.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. Oh man, that was
cooked,
crazy.
bro.
I got cooked pretty bad.
You got cooked, bro.
I got
You're gonna go to
cooked.
therapy tomorrow for this.
No, that's
This is a good PSA for being faithful to your wife, though, this whole experience. Can't keep your dick in your pants, you're gonna wind up bombing in the pool room at a Mexican restaurant. East Hollywood, 10:30 at night.
Just watching Ned Fulmer interact with other human beings is like how an alien would try and talk with us. So like he's thanking the guy for having him there, and the guy's actually giddy. He is giggling hard about how fucking hard Ned just got cooked because it was a disaster for him. And the way that Ned's responding is, it's like inhuman. Like there's almost no real like sentience behind his words. I don't know. Like I never really watched the Try Guys, so I'm not overly familiar with Ned. But like the way he talks with others feels really fake and forced. Like there's no actual humanity or soul behind it. But yeah, the other comics going up there and just insulting him, that made me laugh. And I think it's a legitimate possibility that that's what he's going for here. Just being the punching bag to try and soak some clams off the ad revenue from people insulting him and trying to make content out of people making fun of him. So he's always putting himself in these positions for that to be ample opportunities to do so. Which I think is just so embarrassing, cringe, pathetic, pitiful, almost. Like it's just, what the fuck is even the point? Like just do something else, man.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ned Fulmer. If you know me, I'm sorry. And if you don't know me, don't Google me. Yeah, I don't know if you know, but I was social media famous at BuzzFeed for trying new things. And then I cheated on my wife. Turns out that was the one thing I really shouldn't have tried new.
So he's doing another open mic night. This time I think it's no comics in the crowd. I think this is just like an audience here to enjoy some stand-up. God rest their souls. They didn't know what they were in store for here. They were held hostage by Ned Fulmer. This shit is more painful than like a fucking ISIS beheading video here. But he does get more laughs this time around. I think it comes from a place of like them trying to be nice. So it's a lot of pity laughs, because I just can't imagine anyone genuinely having like a belly laugh or a hoot and a holler with any of his material.
BuzzFeed, you know, I basically wrote the listicle 10 reasons why having a workplace affair will shatter your marriage and career. Like, subscribe. Yep.
Good one, Ned. Like I said, these aren't even really jokes, and he doesn't even deliver them as such. It almost sounds spiteful. Like, it sounds like it's coming from a place of like saltiness about how all of this unfolded, and the way he like does the like, subscribe, like the very animated, components there. It reminds me of like back in college when you would have a friend that's had one too many natty lights and they start trying to like tell jokes, but they're really shit at it.
It's led me to stand up, though. Seems like I fit right in. Thank you very much for having me. This real speed running my divorced dad telling jokes narrative. I have been trying to make more male friends. That's something I've been working on. It can be hard to make male friends in LA, especially if you don't do things like play pickleball or have a stable relationship.
Is it? I hate LA. It's one of my least favorite places in the country. But this is just like very telling that he's just not a good guy even outside of the cheating, because there are tons of people who have had affairs that still have like an entire circle of friends. This guy, I'm assuming this is coming from a place of honesty, because all he does is be honest about being a fucking cheater and a scumbag. So I'm assuming that he actually is struggling to make male friends. And I'm going to tell you right now, Ned, it's not because you're a cheater. You're just a fucking loser, and you're probably no fun to be around. And like I said, the way he interacts with people, like in his videos that I've seen here, is just really uncomfortable. Like, no one's going to want to be around that. He needs to figure out how to actually exist as a normal person before trying to, like, put together the puzzle pieces on how to be a influencer again, which I think is just a path he should abandon. He should prioritize just being a guy. Just being a decent person, first and foremost. But he's trying to just skip that step and, I guess, speed run his way to divorced dad telling jokes to make money off YouTube, and hopefully that ends up with him having friends too somewhere along the way.
A lot of my friends in the group chat, they're married and they have kids, so the jokes hit different now, you know? My friends, they're like, oh gosh, I would pay any price just to have an hour to myself. And I say, my friends, a price does exist. For a mere 50% of your net worth in crippling loneliness, you may have all the time in the world. Yeah, making friends is tough. Dating as a single parent is tough. You know, it's less tequila soda and more my little soda pop. That's a K-pop Demon Hunters reference. It's a children's movie that I've seen approximately 84 times.
Shit sucks, man. Not much more to say about it. Every single aspect of this sucks. You suck.
I did go on a date with someone who is polyamorous lately. They invited me to meet their boyfriend, actually. I'm like, whoa, this is huge. Meeting the boyfriend? Finally, here's a way to make male friends without having to play pickleball. Thank you so much.
That was his first actual punchline there. I don't think it was a very good one, but it was an actual joke that he told to close out that routine. So maybe we're just seeing him at the genesis of a meteoric rise in the comedy space. Maybe he's going to start really finding his stride and find a way to turn his cheating into like the next Gutbuster, like actual side-splitting comedy routine. Ned Fulmer could be the guy to do it. He's got all the ingredients to create the perfect comic, no doubt.
We did get some fun comments on Instagram once we booked Ned. We did. We did. A lot of people calling for us to punish him. And I thought, he's doing a 6 o'clock clown show at the Elysian Vault. We're doing it.
Yeah, him getting insulted does keep making me giggle. I will say that much at the very least. And like one of the other comics said, it is a very real PSA to not cheat on your wife or be like a fucking scumbag, because you could end up like Ned Fulmer, this loser, just cruising around beclowning himself publicly for what I believe to be a desperate attempt to once again have that social media fame that he once did. Again, he starts his routine with reminding people of it. He still keeps posting this kind of shit. And honestly, it does feel like he's even a little bit proud of him being a cheater, because he's made it his whole personality, his whole brand. So it really seems like there is a bit of pride with cheating in his life, I guess. At least that's the perception I take away from this kind of shit. I have no other explanation for that kind of behavior. It's so fucking odd. He is a loser. And he's trying to use that as the springboard to launch his internet career again. It's so fascinating to see. It really is. Anyway, though, I had to yap about this. How could I resist yapping about some shit like this? It's about it. So, yeah.
Season 1 of The Sopranos introduces the DeMeo crime family of New Jersey, with family head Eckley DeMeo.
I can't believe this name is about to leave my lips again for the second time in 2026. Watch Mojo. The only time anyone's talked about Watch Mojo in the last decade is when they're making fun of them or using the name as an insult. The first time this name reared its ugly head in this holy year of 2026 was when the official Watch Mojo account went to the comments section of a video that was being like an essay breaking down their history and why they suck, and they decided to do battle on that in the Thunderdome down there in the comments section and just looked like absolute fools. Some furious Watch Mojo enthusiast there that had access to the account went rogue and just started posting cringe, replying to it about how, like, they're the most important invention since the telephone. They redefined the YouTube format, and the day people stop talking about you is the day you truly become irrelevant or whatever. It was just a bunch of baloney. It was just straight up horseradish. So I was, of course, shooting spitballs at them as well because it was so embarrassing to even read. And now I'm talking about them again because they just made a deplorable video, a legitimately awful video about the top 10 YouTubers who made videos when they knew they were dying to monetize off of the tragedies, and that wasn't even low enough for them. They had to go a step beyond that, where they also put in an advertisement to their own AI music to try and pump that. And also, it seems that Watch Mojo and Sound Mojo, the new one you're about to learn about, the AI slop factory, it seems like whoever's in the comment section is the same guy from the last time we made fun of this brand. I'm assuming, and based on Jack's Films research, it's actually the CEO of Watch Mojo, Akshan. No, that might not be his name. That's a League of Legends character. I already forgot his name. It's not important. The guy's a fucking loser. But it seems like it could be the same guy because the way he types on his personal Twitter account is the same way he typed melting down about the AI Mojo music albums that they're farting out, as well as the meltdown that the Watch Mojo main account also had a month ago, where they were down there in the fucking pig pen doing battle and beclowning themselves. It seems like it actually is just the guy at the very top of the food chain. He is that much of a pathetic, whimpering little twerp
for leaving that really weird villain monologue-like comment on a relatively small channel's video. From 5 days ago, 10 YouTubers who made videos when they knew they were dying. That's a hell of a thing to make a video on. I want to see if they put ads on this. Oh my fucking God. So they monetized 10 YouTubers who made videos when they knew they were dying.
That first thing Jack's Film shows there is the comment that reminded people that Watch Mojo exists the first time you've heard that name in the last decade, and it just reminded people that they still suck major ass, like they are still fucking awful. But then Jack's Films apparently was alerted to a video they made 5 days ago, which is the top 10 YouTubers who made videos when they knew they were dying, and unsurprisingly, it's monetized.
So Watch Mojo is already ghoulish enough to monetize a video all about dead YouTubers. The description the description is something else, I'll tell you what. Find the song Fate and Fortune from Sound Mojo's Balance album here, then a link to whatever that is. Have you followed any of these channels? Share your memories in the comments below! And this is the worst part. Our countdown includes Technoblade from the Minecraft community, Gaming Critic, Total Biscuit, and they include all of them for the fucking SEO search terms. Watch Mojo's now a multiplayer game. Wishlist Mojo Party on Steam. Fuck you.
That is some certified evil shit right there. They even go as far as to have hashtag Technoblade tagged on the video, so that way they can desperately try and shove this into other people's algorithm to get it recommended to them. So they put a bunch of the YouTubers' names in the description, again, to try and help float it through the algorithm to other people to feed it to them. And it's not them just trying to farm AdSense alone. That's not nearly enough to satiate the greed of Watch Mojo. They are also trying to push people to whatever that was, the Fast and the Furious soundtrack or whatever was the top link there. Another one of their products. They also advertised their multiplayer game as well after trying to boost their SEO through having Technoblade, Total Biscuit's name and all that in there. They then right under that have, and here's our multiplayer game you guys should check out as well. It is so, like, unbelievably foul. Now, I still don't believe that there's any real sentient human being that considers themselves a Watch Mojo fan. Like, I don't think there's a group of Mojo maniacs that's just biting at their fingernails, scratching at their neck for their next fix of Watch Mojo lists or Sound Mojo AI music albums. But if there is a single soul on this planet that did actually wishlist Mojo Party, you deserve to have your Steam account removed from your grubby little paws. You shouldn't be trusted with money going forward. That game looks like complete dog shit. I took a peek at it. Holy Toledo. That is some certified turbo ass right there.
We're going to fast forward a little bit into this video. It's one thing to make a video about YouTubers who made videos when they knew they were dying, which is already pretty macabre. It's another thing to monetize it. But then 10 minutes into this video, they do something bizarre that I've never ever seen before from any channel anywhere.
Shortly after, he sadly passed away, causing several video games to honor Bane's legacy.
Before we continue, check out this single from Sound Mojo's album Balance. Classical music reimagined as rock, hard rock, and metal. Check out the full track and album below.
Yeah. Go ahead and let that marinate for a minute. Let's sit here and stew for a sec. They went from talking about the tragic passing of a beloved YouTuber immediately into power chord. Through the fire and the flame starts hitting. Guys, you gotta get your hands on this Sound Mojo AI song. It's in the description right now. And it is AI, by the way. I don't think anyone's skeptical. You can probably instantly hear the AI in it, but don't worry. It is irrefutably AI. It's not even trying to hide that. But yeah, even if it wasn't AI, by the way, this is still absolutely terrible.
So
Technoblade.
And they told me that the reason...
That's correct. Yes. In between documenting the deaths of Total Biscuit and Technoblade, Watch Mojo has the gall to shoehorn a plug for their AI music channel. You did not hallucinate that. All of that is real.
I can't imagine anyone on the Watch Mojo team. I'm saying that, but I think it's literally just their owner. I don't know if there's a human being left there. I think he's replaced everyone with AI. But I just can't even imagine what goes through someone's noodle to think that this is somehow a good advertisement. Like, in the middle of talking about the passing of these YouTubers, you then plug your AI music. Again, even if it wasn't AI, it wouldn't change anything if you're just like plugging your, music of playing Smoke on the Water or whatever and delivering the tabs for it through Sound Mojo. It's still like a crazy way of trying to financially capitalize off these tragedies. Oh yeah, your grandma died, huh? Rip grandma. Rip grandma. You can find this emote in the Fortnite store
Of this song. So if you go to the description of this video, there are credits, lyrics, concept, and direction by Ashcan. Editor's note, I believe this person is also the CEO of Watch Mojo, and I believe is the writer behind a lot of the comments we'll see in today's video. So keep that in mind. Sound architecture and music orchestration by Joe Pacheco. Video created by Derek Allen. Hey, what do you notice about that? Did you see Singer anywhere? That makes me think a robot sang this. But the comments are really interesting.
Incredible work, Ashcan. Wow. This guy's resume is nothing but home runs. He's got Watch Mojo under his belt, and now Sound Mojo, where he's prompting some incredible boner jams like Fate and Fortune. Dude, this guy's like Mozart. Also, I guarantee he has himself a little AI girlfriend. He's got himself a fucking Discord AI kitten. He is so hooked on the drug, he has fully latched onto that nipple and cannot quit the bosom. So he has deluded himself into believing that this is the future. His Sound Mojo music and albums, he has some crazy goals with it. And meanwhile, I don't know how he even plans to start tinkering away over there and start chipping away at those goals when he spends hours of his day fighting in his own comment section. So this is, I feel like it's very clear, the same guy who was fighting on the Watch Mojo main account, posting cringe on main, fighting over there about like, the day they stop talking is the day they do that, but irrelevant. And that's how you bet your bippy on it. Where he just went into this fucking gobbledygook mumbo jumbo about why Watch Mojo is a pioneer and the best thing ever, and still going as strong as ever, actually doing better these days than it ever has. Just pure delusion.
Here we go from Sound Mojo. We are promoting this new channel off of Watch Mojo and Miss Mojo. Oh, we know you're promoting it because we saw the ad for this in the fucking dead YouTubers Watch Mojo video. So sick ad, dude. So we have someone responding to Sound Mojo, Jolin, saying AI media should state clearly that it is or contains AI. Your channel does not specifically say AI, instead vaguely links to a blog post from within comment sections here and there. And don't worry, we're going to get to that. If you're so proud of incorporating generative AI, then you should be promoting it front and center, not getting ChatGPT to write your mission statement. And what's that mission statement? Reinterpret music in ways that blend global traditions with contemporary storytelling. M-dash!
That comment's absolutely right. It should be clearly stated that it's AI. Now, in the case of Sound Mojo here, you don't even really need that disclaimer because it is so blatantly AI, it is immediately recognizable as phony baloney garbage. But I believe there's even a YouTube rule about disclosure when it comes to AI-generated content, which that is. So it feels like that's going against YouTube policy, at least just from the old eyeball test here. But anyway, apparently their mission statement is about reinterpreting classical music, ending with an M-dash. It is so on the nose. It is painfully cringe. And Ashcan is down here in the trenches doing battle yet again. I believe it's Ashcan, at least. I think all the evidence points to it being that guy. I don't think there's anyone else in the Watch Mojo company, period. I think it's just him. And the way that he typed with that initial blunder with the cringe that he posted is matching one-to-one with everything he's about to vomit out here in the comment section, too.
Get over your high horse, for fuck's sake. We produce content for fans, not for blowhards who go around preaching like a bunch of wankers. So do you see what I mean when I say I'm pretty sure this was written by the same guy who wrote the day no one talks you? They're calling this dude a wanker, a whiner, a blowhard.
I will never get over that cope from Watch Mojo. We do this for the fans. You don't have fans, idiot. You have drooling, imbecile Neanderthals that accidentally have a Watch Mojo video queue up sometimes, but not even often. Like, very rarely does a Watch Mojo video even get watched by someone with actual eyeballs. So, you're not making anything for the fans, you're trying to game the algorithm to get your shit to accidentally make it into someone's watch next rotation. It's a slimy tactic, but you're not doing anything for fans. You don't have any. They're like, that is abundantly clear.
No one said F all when with Watch Mojo we lost money for 6 years and we retained humans and didn't become a content farm. Are you sure about that? You didn't become a content farm? Are we sure about that? You make like 7 videos a day. And one of the recent videos is top 10 YouTubers that died. You're a fucking content farm. Own up to it. Don't pussy out of that. Don't back out of that. That's exactly what you are and nothing more. Anyways, you jealous, envious hacks like to be rather selective about the criticism. You heard it here first, folks. Anyone who is critiquing Watch Mojo is just a jealous, envious hack.
What's selective about it? People have been throwing tomatoes at Watch Mojo for so many years. They are synonymous with garbage. They are used as an insult. The name Watch Mojo is so tarnished and so embarrassing and cringe, people will have used it to insult others. It's not any selective criticism, and this is like the most universal criticism ever. When a channel like Watch Mojo just starts relying entirely on generative AI to pump out garbage, they are a content farm by the very textbook definition, and who the fuck in the world would be jealous of Watch Mojo at all in its current state? They get, like, if you look at their recent uploads, like 2,000 views, and they're a channel with millions and millions and millions of subscribers, so there's nothing to even be envious or jealous of. They are in the shitter, and they have been for an extremely long time. Even when they blatantly try and cash grab off controversy and just lean into being evil, like with the 10 YouTubers who died, that got 15,000 views. And that is like a very controversial, awful thing that you would expect a lot of people to click on to leave angry comments about. And that's, I imagine, what they were banking on. But not even that happens to them because so little people care about Watch Mojo in any capacity, even like outrageous ones. The only time people give them attention, like when I'm making fun of them or when people are making fun of them, is when they do things that are so clownish it's impossible to resist the urge to insult them for it. But even that doesn't trickle down to them receiving any like boost in views or engagement. It's just people making fun of them and insulting them. And it doesn't go beyond that for Watch Mojo's brand. It is just that bad and in that horrible of a state. So this crazy notion that anyone would be jealous and that's why they're critiquing them is so outrageous. This guy needs to be institutionalized.
So Sound Mojo explained. Spoilers, it's a whole lot of nothing word salad. All you gotta do is Control F AI and you're like, ah, there it is. Another colleague suggested using AI. I was initially resistant, but I recognized it could serve as a powerful tool for producing demos. Got it, there it is. As we refined our prompts, yep, say less, King. Speaking of AI, here's the most AI-produced PNG I've ever fucking seen. I believe AI represents the next frontier. While I remain cautious about fully embracing it, I see it as a powerful tool for prototyping and ideation. That's not true. You're not cautious at all. You're already dedicating whole-ass videos on a channel to, like, what if AI, though?
If you have to do an entire website dedicated to explaining and trying to justify your generative AI music project, you've already lost, bro. Nobody wants this shit. It's very clear nobody wants this shit. Especially not from you, Ashcan. Definitely not from you. It's already lamented across the globe, but from you specifically, it's even stupider.
Sound Mojo has a weird, lofty goal. My goal is to take these songs beyond demos, bringing in artists to re-record them and perform them live. I'm in talks to develop and produce one of two shows. One's an American Idol style casting process to assemble a supergroup that could then tour. I love how pompous they are here. I love it. Much like Watch Mojo helped define a new format in the 2010s. Really, the listicle? I feel like that existed before the 2010s.
Yeah, man, I'm sure there's a ton of real artists that would love to just regurgitate your AI music demos for you, Ashcan, to make money off of, and then have an American Idol style show around that idea of just re-recording your garbage AI music demos and then go on a tour, all to line your pockets, Ashcan. I'm sure that's an easy sell to any self-respecting artist out there. I have no doubt you're in tons of fiery talks about that. It's so dumb. It's actually so fucking dumb.
Whole thing to my attention also pointed out that Ashcan has made this similar typewriter metaphor on his personal Twitter account, implying that it's very likely Ashcan himself writing these comments from the Slot Mojo account. I mean, Sound Mojo. Bait also pointed out that Ashcan uses the word wankers in his tweets, so it's probably him.
Now, I recognize that's not the most bulletproof of evidence or anything, but to me it's enough, because who else would be this passionate about fucking Slop Mojo? Nobody. It would have to be someone that is directly financially incentivized to try and pretend that this brand isn't dead and buried in the ground. And there's only one person, Ashcan. There is no one else that could fit that bill. And on his personal Twitter, he does apparently talk similarly to some of the comments we've seen here, using like the typewriter or wankers, stuff like that. So I think for me, that was enough to convince me that it's probably him. Of course, it's not definitive proof, but I think it likely is. There's nobody else at Watch Mojo, I don't think. I really think it's just a solo project at this point from Ashcan to just pump out AI music and pump out these garbage lists, still desperately trying to fish their way into the recommended once more. So yeah, just wanted to yap about this. Watch Mojo super sucks. They are pathetically embarrassing. That's really about it. So yeah. Man, I haven't had a giggle quite like the Afro Man trial has delivered. I have been getting tickled all day watching this trial and catching up with what I had missed previously. Yeah, I'm wearing a frown right now. I know it doesn't look good on me. I don't like to frown, but sometimes I can't help it.
This is Nyx. She has a crazy order.
I want a double Butterburger. 2 of those, please. Family-sized curds, a large chocolate custard, concrete mixers. There you go. With that's chocolate ice cream or the chocolate custard, and Oreos and cheesecake.
It'll be $45.79.
I'm a content creator. I don't know if you've heard of me before, Will Kelly. I'm sure you have.
No, unfortunately, I haven't heard of you. Sorry.
At first, I just thought this was rage bait. I kind of wrote it off as being too on the nose, too obvious that it was on purpose. Rage bait has become like a staple on Twitter and TikTok specifically because it's super effective at engagement farming. Then I took a deeper look at his page, watched a few videos on there, and I'm pretty sure he's just genuinely an asshole. This is just who he is. He has this self-importance about him now because he has a following, and he tries to spin a couple of these things positively, like, I give this food away to homeless people, which is another thing that a lot of TikTok douchebags try to do to deflect criticism. How dare you insult my cringe and my bad attitude and being obnoxious and annoying and disruptive to employees at these fast food establishments where I exploit them for my content and belittle them. Didn't you know that I gave this homeless guy a soda once? It's such a cringe tactic that they try to do. It's not actually because they're trying to do good in the world or help somebody. It's just so they can use it as a shield to deflect criticism. So I don't think that this is rage bait on purpose. He marches into so many fast food places like fucking Bubble Bass and just causes like a stir and just tries to make a spectacle out of things. At times, well, I'll show you in a second, he even goes back and like directly confronts a worker because he wasn't getting his order taken immediately upon getting in there. They didn't roll out the fucking red carpet and have pyrotechnics going off to celebrate his arrival to this fast food place. It's so fucking embarrassing.
Just me being here is like huge exposure for you, for the company. So let's make a deal. Do you really expect me to pay full price?
Unfortunately, I can't give you a discount.
You give me 10%.
Sorry.
She's the manager. She'll do it.
Okay.
You're good, John.
I follow him on Instagram. Like I see his videos and stuff. Like how he's inspired me through like weight loss.
I don't know how he's inspired anyone to do anything other than just turn off their phone for the day from this unbearable, insufferable cringe that he produces. But I mean, it's great that he somehow had a positive impact on that guy when it comes to weight loss. But why should that entitle him to pay less for his food? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why does he get special privileges just because he posts some shit on TikTok and Instagram that has nothing to do with the order that's being placed here? I don't even understand why he's trying to haggle with them in the first place. Why is he putting up a big stink about paying full price for this meal for a guest that he brought in? His videos always follow the same formula, like 99% of the time. He brings in another overweight person and says, "This is what I ate at 600 pounds. It's crazy." Then they go in, place a huge order. Then they sit down and have a yap session, which is usually just him flirting with the guest. It's fucking miserable to watch. I'd rather watch someone steal my car than watch him flirt with more people. But that is usually how it goes. Why is he now having an issue paying for that meal? It's the entire, like, bread and butter of his fucking content. It's so cringe. And this is why I thought it was rage bait initially, because he is actually going through, like, the bullet point checklist of a douchebag influencer that everyone spits on and throws tomatoes at. Oh, just my presence being here is great exposure for you and the business. The business being Culver's, it's doing just fine without you. It's a massive business. It is also one of my favorite fast food establishments. So him going in there with this kind of behavior, besmirching the good name of Culver's, already sickens me to my core. So he goes in there, disrespects this holy ground, and just hits all of the buzzwords, goes down the checklist of shit people hate from specimen like this that have this self-entitled attitude because they have followers online. And then he just goes through it one by one. Oh, exposure for you, exposure for the business is huge. My presence here, you're so lucky. What a privilege you get to take my order, that kind of thing. And it just feels like it's on purpose. But again, after like looking more into him, I think he is just this much of a douchebag.
I'm inspiring, Michelle. Let's work together here.
We can give you a 10% discount.
This is really what you're giving me
I eat this every time. There's a reason. I mean,
Alrighty.
you want a drink?
Huh? No, I don't eat this poison anymore.
They just gave you a 10% discount and you're just right in front of them calling it all poison. Very classy, Will. So they do eventually just concede. They don't want to deal with this man-child anymore. They just say, all right, here's 10%, and then he hits a little shimmy. He just gets so gleeful, which is over the top and performative for the sake of the spectacle, the fucking circus that he's putting on here, where he's the main nose-honking clown for it. And even though it feels like it could be rage bait by design, I just don't think it is after looking more into his shit. And also, you can even see it kind of in the way that he treats someone who's being very positive about the impact he's had on their life, which again is against all conventional wisdom. There's nothing that this guy has produced that I could ever see being inspirational to anyone other than just not wanting to end up like him because he's a fucking insufferable loser. But this guy at Culver's said that he knows this guy's content and it helped him with weight loss. And you know how Will responded to it? By just shaking his head, disregarding it entirely, and then trying to leverage that as a way of benefiting himself financially where he doesn't have to pay full price for the meal. He says verbatim, after that guy gave a pretty heartfelt endorsement like, hey, this content meant this to me, Will then just says, you see that, Michelle? I'm inspiring, so let's work out a deal. Like he's fucking Rick from Pawn Stars. So he completely disregards that guy's appreciation of his content. He doesn't even give you a thank you. He doesn't even really look at the guy. He completely ignores him. Instead just shakes his head and then instantly goes into trying to capitalize off of that like we got a new bargaining chip, so I'm definitely not paying full price, right? Look, this employee over there likes my shit, so come on, what are we doing here? Obviously he likes my shit. You're weird for not knowing me, Michelle. Especially all the exposure I'm going to bring you on a personal level. You can be the guy that gave me my order. You took my order, and people are going to throw flowers at you going down the street. You're the lady from Culver's that took Will's order? Holy shit. See, that's what I could do for you, Michelle. Like, that's his attitude. That is actually how he behaves, with or without cameras, I believe.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm changing my life.
Okay, that's
Okay,
valid.
please don't tempt me, okay? I need a
Should I-
support
should I
system
tempt
next.
you? Alright.
Santiago's not real. He's the man behind the camera. Don't speak to Santiago.
Them.
Huh? Oh, them, of
Do
course.
not talk to the. I talk to the camera all the time.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're not talking to the cameraman. He's not human to us.
No. He's just a tripod.
We're on the same page here. Say forget Santiago.
Forget Santiago. Who's he?
Nobody.
This is something I've been making a habit on calling out, and I'm going to keep doing it because it's important people realize that these kind of fucking dweebs, these kind of twerps, are not able to do what they do by themselves. It's not a one-person show, even though they are the main protagonist clown that appears in the content doing all the garbage. There is always a cameraman. In this case, we get his name. His name's Santiago. And they are now just humiliating him here, just insulting him. He's not human to us. Fuck that guy. That guy's a loser. Santiago sucks, pussy, that kind of thing, as he's filming all of it. And I'm sure he's in on the joke, but Santiago, do you get paid for this? Does Will pay you? I doubt it. These kind of worms, these scumbags, do not pay their camera people usually. And especially given Will's attitude, I bet he has convinced Santiago to do this for exposure dollars. Santiago, this is gonna blow your socials up, man. We're gonna make sure you also have a career as an influencer too. Yeah, I'll hold the camera when you start to blow up as well, man. Don't worry about it. But yeah, you're gonna do this for me, right? For free? I'm sorry, not free. For all the clout that you get to suckle from my fucking bosom, right? I thought so, Santiago. And we're gonna insult you a lot, by the way. That's gonna be like our main thing. You're gonna be like our spittoon, and don't worry, it's all in good fun, Santiago. I bet he's doing it for free. And if that is the case, then that's some real cuck shit, Santiago. All of these fucking TikTok influencer pranksters and shit like that do this same thing where the cameraman becomes the one they feel really comfortable insulting, and they just take it. And they get nothing out of it. They get no money. He's definitely not splitting the ad revenue. That never happens here. And I doubt that he's getting paid a salary for it. I doubt that he's getting paid per video that he films. I bet he gets nothing for it. And that shit is just as cringe as Will himself. Have some self-respect.
Next.
Yes.
I'm a bigger man. You've noticed this.
I have.
Do you find me attractive?
I do. Oh, hi. Hello.
I want to serve you guys.
Thank you so much.
That's a lot of food. We're gonna get back to it later. I'm getting my Mac game on. You understand? Thumbs up. Shout out to Denise.
Yeah.
Now let's look at this food. Shit, you was really eating this?
I won't torture you with their conversation, but this is how like all of it goes, where he starts to activate the Riz Sharingan online, Riz mode engaged. That kind of shit. It fucking sucks. I hate his voice too, by the way. His voice sounds like a fucking Ben 10 character on Helium. I can't stand the way he talks, and I'm pretty sure that's not his actual voice. I think that is something that he puts on for the sake of being like grating and over the top.
Whenever it's negative, everybody has something to say. Give me my flowers on my positive, bro. Give me my flowers. I've been going viral this week. A bunch of people have been reacting to my Culver's video, saying, who does he think he is? Who does he think he is? Will Kelly, bro.
Whoa, dude, that went so hard, bro. I'm Will Kelly. Damn, oh my lord. That mic drop moment. Chills. Literal chills. Gave me goosebumps, Will. I hate this mentality where assholes like this do inevitably get talked about for some like dog shit. Specifically, the Culver's thing is what's blown up for him right now. People are making fun of him for it, insulting him for it. And it's so common for these main characters to start yapping about like, oh, why does no one ever give me my flowers for all the positive stuff I do? You must have missed the video where I went and gave a homeless guy a sip of my smoothie and then gave him $1. I saved his life, and no one's talking about it. And in this one, no one's talking about my incredible weight loss, all this weight that I've lost recently. No one's giving me all my positive flowers there. I'm a force for good, not evil, even though the vast majority of what he does is disruptive trash. So they always fall back on like, here's like a couple of good things I did that obviously I filmed, because if I didn't film it, I can't profit from it, I can't benefit from it. So I'm using it as a shield and no one's talking about it. You can't insult me, by the way, because I did all this good stuff. I'm positive, baby. They always do that shit, and I'm so tired of it.
Will Kelly is who I think I am, dog. Will Kelly, that's who. I just lost 50 pounds in 2 months. Don't ask me why I'm arrogant. I'm the only innovator in my niche. Don't ask me why I'm arrogant. All the fat boys losing weight have copied my style of video. Don't ask me why I'm arrogant, bro. I got reasons to be, honestly. For the people who hate and just want negativity, get it off. I know you will anyway. I'm not tripping about it. I promise you I'm not.
Yeah, nothing says not tripping about it, unbothered, don't care, quite like having a whole rant and raving session about it, huh? Really don't care, do ya? Now, if I may, I'm gonna try and plant a little seed up there and see if I can get those neurons to activate, give you a little something to ponder. Why do you have a reason to be arrogant? Why not just be happy about your own improved health on this weight loss journey? Why do you have to be an asshole about it? It's not a requirement. You don't need to be. You're choosing to be. Because you... I saw 2 videos today that really had me salivating to yap. The first one is an Just saw a video of a whack job degenerate loser freaking out at a Chick-fil-A employee because his cheese wasn't melted. And I cannot resist the urge to insult this clown. He recorded the whole interaction himself, what a big boy. He turned the camera on and believed that he was in the right in this exchange here.
You don't have a way to warm up cheese.
So our cheese is fresh.
So you don't have a way to warm up cheese the way the cheese is warm.
So if you want it to like melt, you can let it sit on the chicken because the chicken is hot.
Here's a brief glimpse of our protagonist. This dweeb is looking like he's fresh off of a shift moderating the Defending AI Art subreddit and has peeled himself away from his prestigious position of being an unpaid janitor sweeping fucking forums to come over here and unwind with some nutrients at the local Chick-fil-A here. And can you believe it? They served him a sandwich with unmelted cheese. This saint. And his patience is running thin. So he's letting them know. So he starts berating them, threatening them, all because his cheese isn't melted. And then, of course, he's filming them. He's got to make sure to get the evidence here. The boys on Discord aren't going to believe this exchange. He's looking so tough here.
So why is it cold?
Because we have everything fresh. The lettuce, the tomato, the cheese.
What's your name again?
My name is Jack.
Is that the store manager?
No, I'm the director. So there's
You're the director of Chick-fil-A?
This location, yes.
This location? Who is the owner?
Our owner's not here at the moment.
Say it again?
Our owner's not here at the moment.
Sweetie, I need a Chick-fil-A meal.
Yeah.
No, I need a new meal, sweetie. You see how it's cold? Touch the cheese. Touch the cheese.
The cheese is fresh. We can't.
I don't want it fresh then.
Alright, you heard the man. Better go into the dumpster out back and grab an old Chick-fil-A sandwich for him. Serve him up the gruel that he's requesting here. He's even outright just saying, well then I don't want it fresh if that cheese is unmelted. Now, every time I've ordered a Chick-fil-A sandwich, the cheese is either like lightly melted or not melted at all, so I'm guessing that it's just normal store protocol, but it's never ruined the sandwich for me. Now, granted, I'm not the biggest Chick-fil-A enthusiast. I don't dislike Chick-fil-A, but I never choose it over a superior alternative like Culver's or something. This isn't sponsored by Culver's or anything, by the way, just saying. But even still, it's such a small thing to be this upset about. Like, if you want to melt the cheese, bro, just hold it up to your ear and let all the steam that's coming out here melt it for you. Or do what she says and just let it sit there for a minute for the cheese to melt since it's fresh chicken. Like, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to be this upset over something so trivial. So now he's requesting the store owner. He wants to get John Filet down here so he could give him a piece of his mind about unmelted cheese on his sandwich. How dare you try and serve this specimen unmelted cheese on his sandwich that he's ordered. Unacceptable.
We can't melt the cheese. We can let it sit.
It was melted before on the sandwich I just had this morning.
Yeah, because you had it sitting there.
Yeah. No, not. I ate it immediately.
Because we can't melt the cheese. Like, there's no way for us to melt the cheese. Like, we don't have a microwave. We can put it in.
Do what?
That's a private property.
I need my I need my money back.
Yeah, we'll give you your money back. No problem. Yeah, so.
And I want my food as well.
Pardon me? What the fuck did you just say, Goober? I want my money back, and I want my food as well. The food that is a disgrace to your palate that you are refusing and now making a huge stink about. You want that food, but you also want your money back? How does it make any sense, bro? They'll give you a refund. They're willing to play ball with that. The guy's just telling you, look, you're going to need to get out of here. We'll give you your money. And then you have the audacity, you have the fucking gall to also request that sandwich back? This dude is just a full-blown, red alert, stupid loser. This guy is a straight-up first-round draft pick to the big idiot squad. Like, how are you going to be this upset about this sandwich and then also still want that sandwich back? So he's like, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts lunging at it like it's, the fucking One Ring or something here. They're going to give you your money back. But you're not getting that food if you're getting your money back. What sense does that make? Why would they refund you and give you that food that you are wanting the refund for?
No, sir.
All right, so what's your name?
Sergio for it.
Sergio, give my money back.
You can have your money. What are you doing, sir?
I need my money back.
I'll get your money back. Can I get your receipt?
No, kid, I didn't bring the receipt.
Where's your receipt?
Don't play with me, Sergio. I just came in here.
No, sir, you could come. You could leave.
You call the
I'll
police.
get. Yeah, I will.
Call the police. You do. Yeah. If you get my food the real way how I had it this morning, or we calling the police.
The cinematography is top shelf here now. We've got some really cool angles now that he's filming. It's upside down. What a joy that is to watch. Fucking nauseating. He can't even just hold the camera properly. He's too fucking dumb to figure out how that works, I guess. So now he's talking about getting the police involved. I'm sure that would go over well. What seems to be the problem? Look at this cheese on my sandwich. It's unmelted. Arrest them. Throw them in the slammer. Can you believe this? It's an outrage. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a case that's taken seriously. Now, snapping back into reality, what would actually unfold is the police would show up here, the entire staff of this store would talk about what a nuisance you have been and how you have been unruly and would likely trespass you from the location. They're not going to all of a sudden go back there and make you the perfect Krabby Patty that you somehow had earlier that day with the optimal melted cheese. That's not going to happen. You've already requested your money back. You're not getting your sandwich, and they're telling you they're not going to melt that cheese. You can melt the cheese yourself if you really want to, man. It's actually like a super easy thing to do if it's something you wanted to do. In fact, you have every tool you need right there in the box. You close the box and that cheese will slowly start to melt there.
Yes, we are, Sergio. No, we're not going to listen. What is wrong with you, son?
Sir, you're being so rude.
I am being rude. You're making this hard for no
So-
reason.
so
Just make
let
a
me
damn
get-
sandwich.
No, sir.
Yes, nigga, I paid for it.
What?
Who are you talking to, boy?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you,
You're not
Sergio.
talking to sir. You're being disrespectful and,
Where
and you're
is my
using curse
food,
words
idiot?
and you're being racial.
Get my fucking food, nigga.
No, sir.
Who the hell are you talking?
Lower your voice.
Get your ass beating this bitch.
So he's blowing a gasket now, popping off, all because the cheese wasn't melted. He got his money back. He got his money back, and now he's upset that he's not getting the sandwich that he didn't even fucking want. And he's telling them to go make him another sandwich. Brother, it's going to be made the same way. She's telling you, he's telling you, they don't melt the cheese there. They are outright telling you to your face. I think he might have imagined he had a different sandwich there earlier in the day, or maybe he had like a wet dream where he ate a Chick-fil-A sandwich with melted cheese. I don't know. Just leave. If you want a sandwich with melted cheese, go somewhere else. They already gave you your money back. Take it and go somewhere else. Just get the fuck out of there. He's threatening to beat this guy up all over nothing. Over nothing. This guy's a psycho.
No, sir. Please watch your language. Thank you. All right.